Is that him in that white jacket right there in the blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but welcome to Studio City Taper Gymnasium on the campus of Harvard-Westlake. A huge game in the Mission League as the host Harvard-Westlake Wolverines meet the powerful Sierra Canyon Trailblazers. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. These are two teams that are 4-0 in the Mission League, two teams that are ranked in the top 10 in the state. At this point, Harvard-Westlake is ranked number 1 in the state, and the Trailblazers of Sierra Canyon are ranked number 9. One thing of note, the Trailblazers of Sierra Canyon have won 72 straight league games. As we bring in Connor Morissette, he'll be doing the analytical work tonight. Connor, this figures to be a tremendous game.
These two teams met twice a year ago, Randy. They split two exceptional postseason games. Both were close. I expect tonight's action to be very close as well. Like you said, two of the best teams in the state. It should be a great game.
We have a few extra minutes tonight because the junior varsity game went long. Harvard-Westlake actually won that game 58-54, and Bryce James played in that contest as well and did a really nice job in a losing effort. Hit a big three down the stretch. Your thoughts on the kind of talent, Connor, we're going to see here tonight?
Sure, both teams are exceptionally deep and really talented. ESPN came out with their new updated senior boys basketball recruiting rankings, and 3 players from that list are playing in tonight's game. For Sierra Canyon, Ashton Hardaway's committed to Memphis. He's number 81, and then for Harvard-Westlake, Brady Dunlap comes in at number 80. There he is on your screen right there. A terrific forward for the Wolverines, averages 18 points per game.
Yeah, he's their leading scorer. Both teams are coming off of interesting games on Wednesday night. St. Francis gave Sierra Canyon a nice battle. Finally, Sierra Canyon pulled away and won comfortably. But the Notre Dame basketball unit, the Knights in Sherman Oaks, really played hard and took this great Harvard-Westlake team into double overtime before the Wolverines prevailed 85-78.
It was a tremendous game, and what stuck out about that one, Randy, was the clutch free throw shooting down the stretch for both teams, not just Harvard-Westlake, who came out on top in double overtime, for Notre Dame as well. Both teams were money from the line in that game. Trent Perry, Harvard-Westlake starting point guard, 15 of 16 from the foul line, and a lot of those free throws were when the pressure was on.
He hit 7 of 8 in the fourth quarter and in the double overtime. So you're right, he was clutch down the stretch. How about this environment tonight? It is the Mission League, and they love their basketball here. They really have a great crowd on hand.
Yeah, over behind your shoulder, the Harvard-Westlake fans, they were exceptionally loud at Sierra Canyon's gym last year. They cheered their team on to a win. They're going to try their best to give their team life in this game again, and I think we're going to struggle to hear each other think they'll be so loud over your shoulder.
Yeah, they call them the Fanatics, and they really got into it. They stormed the court last year. It was a semifinal game, in essence, is the way the brackets worked out in the Open Division, and Sierra Canyon got that big win later in the state tournament. But on that night, Harvard-Westlake prevailed, and that's when the Fanatics stormed the court. It was the biggest win maybe in Wolverine recent basketball memory. Again, when you look at these two teams, we're looking at great talent, but they both play terrific defense. We can talk so much about the offense, but this may not be too easy for these clubs to score.
Sierra Canyon, they pride themselves on defense. We know about the flair, the cameras, everything that comes with this star-studded program. But Andre Chevalier, if you're not playing defense, you're not going to play. And David Rabibo for Harvard-Westlake, the head coach, he feels the same way. Defense is so important for both these teams. It's why they're ranked so highly.
Kara Blumfield's the third member of our broadcast team. We're going to meet her when we come back. We're going to step out, have the starting lineups and the tip-off here in Studio City for the Trailblazers and the Wolverines. That's next. Stay with us. No. Introduce yourself. Yeah, we're going to the national anthem, so we're going to shoot the anthem. We'll come back.
A simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
No.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savebythescan.org.
Our national anthem here at Harvard-Westlake. Harvard-Westlake against Sierra Canyon. The third member of our broadcast team is Kara Blumfield. Let's meet her now.
Thanks, Randy. And I'm here to report the much anticipated showing of Bronny James is not going to happen here at Harvard-Westlake. He is out with knee soreness. Now, he missed Wednesday's game against St. Francis as well with the same knee soreness, but he should be back in the near future. And also for Sierra Canyon, leading scorer Isaiah Elohim is also out tonight. So now you have Sierra Canyon trying to find a way to battle number 1 seeded Harvard-Westlake team without 2 of their starters.
All right, thank you very much, Karen. Let's take a look at the starting lineups as they're being introduced to the large throng on hand here tonight. First for Sierra Canyon, and they have a very talented team. Even though those players are out, there is tremendous depth as we look at the starting lineups.
Absolutely. 2 players who I think are going to have to step up tonight, Noah Williams and Bryce Cofield for Sierra Canyon. Don't start a lot of games for the Trailblazers, but they start tonight. Big-time recruits, they'll have a big chance tonight. There are your starters for the Trailblazers. Justin Pippen, Noah Williams, Bryce Cofield, Dylan Matoyer, and Ashton Hardaway, the leading scorer for the Trailblazers, over 11 points per game.
Yeah, Hardaway is a terrific talent. His dad is Penny Hardaway, and he's going to play for his father at the University of Memphis. The head coach, Andre Chevalier, in his 6th year. He's won a couple state championships, and that is a very talented team, despite the absence of Elohim and James. Harvard-Westlake, we'll take a look at their starting 5 for the Wolverines. Trent Perry, who's coming off a 27-point performance in the victory at Notre Dame. Robert Hinton, quick guard who's so talented. Nicholas Homenia, who can really shoot at a high D1 prospect. Jacob Huggins and Brady Dunlap. That is the starting 5 for Harvard-Westlake, which is 21-1 overall. There is Dunlap. Quick release on his shot. Jacob Huggins has a tremendous motor. Great offensive rebounder. Dave Rabibo is their head coach. Dave has been around for a while in his 8th year, and it's his birthday today. He's 39.
Happy birthday, Coach Rabibo. You mentioned Jacob Huggins, Randy. He almost averages a double-double, 14 points per game and 9 rebounds per game. He's going to have his work cut out for him tonight against a big Sierra Canyon team. He's the best big on this Harvard-Westlake squad, and Sierra Canyon, they can throw a lot of big depth at you, so watch out for Huggins to have, like I said, his work cut out for him.
3 officials working the game tonight. Benua Aboulian, Juan Mariscal, and Drew Spooner. Drew Spooner is the son of Bill Spooner, who's an NBA official. And the chance of Harvard-Westlake cascading down here at Taper Gymnasium. A wonderful environment. Wolverines in the white, the dark uniforms of Sierra Canyon. Anxious to take a look at Ashton Hardaway, number 24 in the dark uniforms. Very talented performer. Huggins and Williams in the center circle. Huggins controls to Dunlap. Perry is the point guard, and he is a dandy.
He is. I think he's a very under-recruited junior guard. Look for him to blow up with offers soon. He's a Pac-12 player, in my opinion.
Homenia in traffic is tied up. Ball was deflected. There was a whistle. And it'll be out of bounds. And it'll be retained by Harvard-Westlake. There was a foul called against the Trailblazers.
First on Noah Williams.
Huggins, so strong inside. That's great defense, but a foul. Oh, a clean block. But Hardaway got him at the body.
And we see Andre Chevalier immediately take issue with that call. He was not happy with that foul call against Ashton Hardaway. But it was called. 2 quick ones on the Trailblazers, not even 30 seconds into the game.
Huggins at the line, averages 14 points a game, 9 rebounds, had 18 the other night in the victory over Notre Dame. He's on his way to Princeton. Hardaway with the carom. Here comes Dylan Matoyer, a veteran guard of 4 years starting at Sierra Canyon.
One of 2 4-year players on the Sierra Canyon team, along with Bronny James.
Hardaway for 3. Ashton Hardaway.
That's his game in a win against Wheeler at the Galen Center. Wheeler's from Georgia earlier this year. Hardaway hit 4 threes. He's a tremendous shooter.
Brady Dunlap on the baseline. Sierra Canyon plays suffocating defense. In fact, both teams do. Hinton had it deflected away. 12 on the shot clock. Hymenia raising up. Rebound yanked down beautifully by Cofield.
Harvard-Westlake looking a little sluggish to start. You wonder if that double overtime game against Notre Dame is factoring in.
One's off the knee of Cofield. Bryce had careen off the knee and out of bounds to Harvard-Westlake. A Hardaway three is the only scratch on the board so far. All the way goes Hinton. Cofield doing a nice job early off the glass for Sierra Canyon. Williams backs it up. Pippen from deep. Rebound, Cofield again. That one's deflected by Hymenia and taken by the Wolverines. Played better than 2 minutes, and the host school has not scored. Again, Sierra Canyon plays terrific defense. Last touch by Dunlap of Harvard-Westlake, and it goes right back to Sierra Canyon.
A little slow, like I said, for the Wolverines, and I'm surprised the fans behind us aren't chanting, screaming their hearts out. I'd expect some Harvard-Westlake chants so far. We only heard it at the opening tip.
Well, they haven't scored. Got to score.
Yeah,
you got to get
give
into it. Hardaway for three. Cofield underneath. He puts it up. No good. Excellent defense from Huggins.
And Hymenia with great defense there as well.
These teams play above the rim. Dunlap with the quick trigger. We're even at three. A three ball for Brady Dunlap.
And we see Jacob Huggins get called for a warning after touching the ball when it went through the net. But Dunlap, he's so good at that pivot and then jump shot. You don't even know he pivots and he's up and shooting the shot. He's so quick. His release is exceptionally fast. He does it inside the arc as well. Good start for him on the offensive side.
Yeah, he's a commit to Notre Dame, whose head coach Mike Bray today stepped down. So we'll see if he holds that commitment. Hardaway over Dunlap. Huggins hugging the rebound. Dunlap. And the turnover gives it to Sierra Canyon. Justin Pippen. Blocked beautifully by Hymenia off of Pippen. Give the ball to Harvard-Westlake.
And that's why college coaches, he's only a sophomore, but Hymenia is receiving a lot of interest. He plays like a shooting guard on the offensive side, but he's 6'7". He defends at the rim on the other end. An exceptional prospect. Great defense there. He started really strongly on the defensive end for the Wolverines.
Brady Dunlap has come out, and Christian Ori has come in. Here's an offensive foul. It's going against the Wolverines and Trent Perry. Now, Ori, who's come in as a high-level defender, junior player. His dad, Robert Ori, former great Laker and 7-time NBA champion, is going to join us at intermission. 3-3 tie.
For Sierra Canyon here, we know Hardaway is going to take some shots, but who else will shoot in the absence of Bronny and Elohim?
Matoyer splitting the double team and drawing a foul. We're seeing a very physical game in the first 3:45.
Yeah, 2 fouls apiece in there. Matoyer, good to see him. A stalwart for the Sierra Canyon team. Had a really strong junior year, and now he's been asked to be more of a leader in his senior season, and he's doing a good job of that.
Dillon's got another free throw. Selfish Dylan Matoyer. 3-point shooter. 5 points a game. It gets you 4 assists a night as well. Nick Hymenia nearly traveled. The officials look at one another. Still no decision. They call it a jump ball for the time being. And on the alternating possession, it goes to Sierra Canyon.
That looked like a break for Harvard-Westlake. I thought that pass was loose and out of bounds by Hymenia. Already multiple turnovers for the Wolverines halfway through the first quarter. I'll go back to what I said earlier. I just think they're a little fatigued from that midweek game against Notre Dame, double overtime.
Pass inside. And a walk. Osiris Knowles, number 10, is in for Sierra Canyon. Big time scorer, has deep range. And there's Jimmy Olatakun, transfer from Damien, highly recruited player. The likes of New Mexico went after him. And he finally said, I think I'm going to take my services to San Diego. University of San Diego, that's where Olatakun will go.
Is Steve Lavin coaching there now?
I think he is, yes.
Nice pickup for him.
Yeah, Olatakun will do a lot of nice things. 3:40 to play, opening quarter, only 3 apiece. A Dunlap 3 and a Hardaway 3. Perry, no good. This one tight in the opening quarter.
Again, Chevalier complaining to the official. Didn't like that call either.
That one went against Jimmy Olatakun. Averages 9 points and 5 rebounds a game, does Jimmy. Physical player who's got a lot of toughness for Andre Chevalier's unit. Perry looking to get it in. Still looking. Got it into Dunlap, who had a brief rest. Now he's double teamed in the corner.
Foul called.
And another foul call. Fouls on Bryce Cofield. These teams play so hard defensively, they get into you and they'll pick up fouls. Still knotted at 3 apiece. Perry on the baseline. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2, and we all know he is dynamic at the line.
Yeah, so far these two teams have combined for 0 of 4 from the free throw line. We'll see if Perry can buck that trend.
Said about his foul shooting, I've learned to focus at the charity stripe, and the experience in the pressure of big games has helped me concentrate. Trent Perry gives his team the lead. Getting it 15 of 16 on Wednesday against Notre Dame of Sherman. 5-3 Wolverines. They've scored the last 5. Matoyer, the setup guy. Cofield. Olatakun kept it alive, but he was out of bounds when he tried to tap it back to Cofield. Right now, Sierra Canyon struggling to find an offense.
Yeah, and that's to be expected when your 2 leading scorers are out injured with knee issues, Bronny James and Isaiah Elohim. The good news, it's still very early and they're only down 2 points. They can stay in this game on the defensive end. They're talented enough to stay very steady with this good Harvard-Westlake squad.
Yeah, we have 2 great defensive teams. So points are hard to come by. Here's Dunlap. Left-hand layup for 2. He has 5. A spectacular shot from Brady Dunlap. 7-3. Wolverines on a 7-0 run. Matoyer is hit and fouled. They are calling it tight.
They are. Earlier, before the season started, at the Mission League Media Day, Andre Chevalier, Sierra Canyon's head coach, he was asked, who out of the other teams in the Mission League, not on Sierra Canyon, is the league's best player? His answer was Brady Dunlap. So far, with a 3 and a beautiful left-handed layup, Dunlap has 5 points, and we're seeing him live up to that billing from Chevalier.
Yeah, he had quite a battle the other night with Dusty Stromer, great player at Notre Dame High School, who's on his way to Gonzaga. Here's Matoyer. He is their point man, number 23 with the ball here. Got away with a walk. He'll try a 3. It's on the way. It's perfect. Dylan Matoyer. He can do that. He can knock down shots.
He's an X factor. We've already seen him get to the foul line once. Didn't make those free throws, but made up for it right there with a 3-point shot. He's going to be asked to do more on offense. So far, he's picking up the slack.
The tempo of the game after the Matoyer make is perfect for Harvard-Westlake. They want to slow it up a little bit. They don't want to go in transition against the Trailblazers. Huggins working inside, draws another foul.
Yeah, that's already 6 on Sierra Canyon, and the problem is now the rest of the way, Harvard-Westlake's getting free throws, and there's still 2 minutes, 1:56 left here in the first quarter. Not a good sign for the Trailblazers.
Our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, featuring Sierra Canyon and Harvard-Westlake. 2-shot foul. First one is offline. Sierra Canyon leads the series 2-1. Of course, the breakthrough victory in the CIF Southern Section playoffs last year from Harvard-Westlake. And again, on the line here, Sierra Canyon has won 72 straight league games. This is their first year in the Mission League. They dominated the Gold Coast League for many, many years.
Huggins with 4 missed free throws now. He's gone to the line twice and missed every free throw.
A.J. Swinton, 32, is checked in, a transfer from Oak Hill Academy. This is Swinton with the ball.
Highly touted junior, already a handful of Division I offers.
Knowles is number 10. He drives all the way. Rejected brilliantly. Oh, what a play by Robert Hinton. Dunlap, they trap him. Someone has to be open. It's Hinton. He comes underneath. He lays it in.
Doing it on both ends of the floor. Beautiful play.
Yeah, Hinton is very quick. He can put the ball on the ground and really attack the basket, and he gets there in a hurry. It's an air ball from the side, deflected out of bounds as Knowles wasn't close with that shot. It'll stay with the Trailblazers. Dominic Bento, a freshman they're very high on, number 30, in for Harvard-Westlake. They want him to match up with Swinton.
And right away he's called for a foul. Very inexperienced move by Bento. He was grabbing Oladipour before they even inbounded the ball. Oladipour let the official know. He continued to do it when the ball was in play and called for the obvious foul.
4th team foul. It's out of bounds to Sierra Canyon. And Justin Pippen, whose father, Scotty, was a great player in the NBA, but you all know that. Inside, before Oladipour can make a move, another foul.
Yeah, it's just not a good matchup for Harvard-Westlake. Oladipour, a wily veteran, senior. Bento, only a freshman, comes in. Maybe that's the game plan for Harvard-Westlake. I don't know. He's coming in, and now he's sitting down after committing 2 quick fouls. I don't think that was part of the game plan. But 15 seconds apart, he gets called for 2 and goes to the bench. Maybe they wanted to rough up Oladipour a little bit, but I don't know.
Well, either way, Bento is back on the bench.
Yeah.
Knowles, left-hand layup. That one was contested nicely by Hinton. Well, Robert Hinton's been impressive in this opening quarter, and so has Brady Dunlap. Quick jumper. Brady Dunlap hits again. For Brady Dunlap, he has 7.
The heart and soul of this Harvard-Westlake team, and he's showing us why.
Underneath, another foul. Trent Perry has 2 fouls, and that can be a factor.
It's a major factor. He'll go to the bench. Here comes Brandon Fuqua. Back up for Perry, and doesn't play a ton, but he's got a chance tonight.
This is not a deep Harvard-Westlake team, so if they get into foul trouble, it is an issue. Final seconds of the opening quarter. Sierra Canyon looking to knock a shot down before the break. Knowles didn't get it. Harvard-Westlake's playing wonderful defense. Ball's out of bounds. But the Wolverines are doing a great job of controlling the paint, not allowing Sierra Canyon to get easy shots inside.
Yeah, this is a big 1.8 seconds right here. Can Sierra Canyon get something?
Pippen to trigger it in. They were bottled up again. So after 1 quarter, Harvard-Westlake up 11-6. Their defense looking great. Brady Dunlap was 7 points. After 1, we'll see if Sierra Canyon can adjust. Brady Dunlap knocking down jump shots, doing his thing. The commit to Notre Dame. He's smooth, isn't he?
He really is. Left hand, right hand, whatever you need for Dunlap. And here's Matoyer, who, like I said earlier, he's going to be asked to do a little bit more, drained a big three, but Sierra Canyon, they only have 6 points after one.
Terrific drive by Hinton. Our game of the week from Pacific Surfliner. Second quarters coming up next on LA36.
Hey, it's Vanessa, and I just arrived in Anaheim on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. The train drops you off at Arctic, a modern train station with bus connections to great destinations. Head to the Anaheim Garden Walk to see a concert at the House of Blues, or ride to the Packing District to explore OC's original food hall, featuring dozens of dining options. There's so much to do, and it all starts with a trip on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner.
Learn more at pacificsurfliner.com/game of the week.
Welcome back to Studio City after one quarter, 11-6 Wolverines. And our fine reporter, Kara Blumfield, has some notes for us.
Thanks, guys. Connor, I heard you mention those tired legs from the double overtime win against Notre Dame for Harvard-Westlake. Well, I talked to Coach Rabibo about that because I thought that might be a factor here, and he said, no, our guys are ready. They are tested. They have so much experience this year that they are not going to be tired physically or mentally. Plus, they had a light day yesterday preparing for this game.
Well, they lead by 5 after one. Inside Huggins. That one fails to drop.
And Harvard-Westlake better not be too tired. They turn around and play on the road tomorrow against Rancho Verde.
Hardaway from downtown. He has 2 triples in the game and 6 points. That brings the Blazers to within 2.
That's his game. Harvard-Westlake's got to get a body on him out there.
Hymenia looking to Dunlap, and they trap him. They're sending a second defender to anyone who has the ball. That's how quick Sierra Canyon is. Hinton misses the 3. Rebound, Cofield. Again, he's done a terrific job off the glass. Hardaway for 3 more. That would have given Sierra Canyon the lead.
And it's a contested shot, but I think you're all right with that shot. He's your leading scorer tonight. He's going to be asked to do more in the absence of Bronny James and Isaiah Elohim. I'm all right with that shot if I'm Andre Chevalier.
Played just over a minute of a second quarter. And again, this is the kind of game we expected. Points are going to be at a premium. Both teams get into you defensively.
Certainly, and that's why Robert Hinton missing an open 3 on Harvard-Westlake's previous possession. That's going to be noteworthy. There aren't going to be a lot of open shots, so the fact that he had one, wasn't able to execute on the jumper, he won't get another clean look like that the rest of the way, I don't think.
I guess you're not surprised we've had this many fouls, penalties.
Definitely not.
Pass inside. A lot of traffic in there. Hymenia misses. Rebound, Aladakud. Here comes Matoyer. All the way. The drive. The slam dunk. Cofield above the iron. Bryce Cofield throwing it down.
A tremendous athlete. What a slam by Cofield.
5 in a row for the Blazers.
Harvard-Westlake looks a little lost without Trent Perry out there.
Good exhibition handling the ball by Fuqua, and he's going to the line.
What a slam by Cofield here, taking it all the way with the right hand. Took some contact after the dunk and was still able to get up, celebrate a little bit. You love to see it.
Brando Fuqua averages 3 a game. Another guy who's tremendous at the defensive end. Senior player, 6'2". Gives the top-ranked team in the state a 1-point lead. Another one coming for Brando. These are great games. These are games that are going to build momentum for the future. These teams are both trying to get to the Open Division. One would think that Harvard-Westlake's a lock with their 21-1 record. Sierra Canyon is a probable Open Division team. You don't often get these kind of games throughout a league season.
No, for my money, the Mission League's the best league in the country this year.
1 against 9 in the state. Hardaway getting physical with Hymenia. Dunlap for 3. Brady Dunlap again. He's in double digits with 10.
Already up to 10 points, like you said, Randy. Clutch player, big-time players make big-time plays in big games. That's what we're seeing from Dunlap.
The layup is beautifully constructed by Osiris Knowles. Osiris, a transfer from Viewpoint High School in Calabasas. Another open look. Ori misses and a foul on Dunlap.
And Sierra Canyon, they are at 7 points in the second quarter, already already one more than what they had in the first quarter.
It's obvious that Ashton Hardaway can really stretch the defense.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a vaunted recruit. He's going to go play for his dad at Memphis. The fact that he's a big body at 6'8", but can step back and shoot threes, he's going to carve out a role next year, that's for sure.
Another one for Dylan Matoyer. Matoyer is an extension of his coach, Andre Chevalier, who was a great point guard at Cleveland High School in Reseda and later a Hall of Famer at Cal State Northridge. They are really on the same page. Matoyer listens to his head coach, mutual respect, just a great relationship.
And he's so calm, so cool, so collected. He's one of my favorite Sierra Canyon players to watch. He's not going to wow you with dunks like some other players, but he always makes a smart play.
Hameni on the baseline. Rebound Huggins, he missed the dunk.
Huggins can't buy a bucket right now.
But he'll continue to work.
He will.
Pippen.
But he's missed 4 free throws and set a few shots for him out. Tough going for him.
Hardaway, tough shot. Rebound Perry. Lead is 1 for Harvard-Westlake. Again, both teams undefeated in the Mission League. Ori shot fails. There's Huggins cleaning up. Again, he's a wonderful offensive rebounder. Perry, he can't get it. And again, Huggins getting the rebound and fouled before the dunk.
He wasn't. If that's on Hardaway, that's his second. So he might have to go to the bench. We'll see if Chevalier leaves him in opposite Trusk, his senior forward. Looks like he is going to stay. And Huggins, I mentioned it earlier, Randy. He's 0 for 4 from the line. He has a chance to get on the board from the free throw line here.
But Huggins will continue to work at his craft. Plays hard. And he got the rhythm that time. The fans love it. Another one coming for Jacob Huggins. And again, he's an Ivy Leaguer. He's going to Princeton. Robert Hitt is going to Harvard. So this is a smart group out there.
Well, it's a smart high school as well.
Much better concentration.
Yeah, much more relaxed there.
3-point game. The advantage for the host, Harvard-Westlake Wolverines. 21-1 on the year. Sierra Canyon is 18-4, playing against the national schedule. Matoyer. Rattled in and out, tipped up by Hardaway. Boy, it looked like Matoyer's shot was going to drop.
In and out, tough break for the Trailblazers.
Brady Dunlap.
Great defense.
Huggins again. Excellent defense from the big fella, Chuol, who's come in. Pippen with the bank. That's no good. Here comes Dunlap. And he's held. The basket goes in, but it won't count. Foul before the shot.
He'll go to the line now.
Hitting back in for Ori. One and one for Brady Dunlap.
There you see the replay. I'm not really sure what Knowles was doing there. Didn't get in good guarding position, allowed Dunlap to come right in, and that's an obvious call.
He earns the bonus.
11 points already for Dunlap.
That's his number. He wears number 11. I'm just impressed with his quick release. He gets that shot off in a heartbeat. Again, he loves to read before games. He says it relaxes him. He also is a big eater. Likes to chow down before games. He says he wants to put 15 pounds on before he goes to college.
His favorite pregame snack, an Italian sub.
20-15. Some separation for the Wolverines. They lead by 5. Pippen all the way. Rebound by Alada-Kun, and it's rejected. Chual battling for it. And a tie-up. Now, this is a huge Harvard-Westlake team, but they're dwarfed by the size of Sierra Canyon that's out there.
Yeah, the good news for Harvard-Westlake is you have Chual trying to handle the ball all the way outside the three-point arc. He's a 7-footer, usually in the paint. And on that possession, Chevalier was looking to get a timeout.
Alada-Kun is close to 6'10", yeah. Hardaway 6'8", Chual is 7 feet plus. And again, Harvard-Westlake has some size as well. Matoyer for three to beat the shot clock. It's an air ball, and it's a shot clock violation.
Not a pretty possession from the Trailblazers there.
Fans let them know it with the chant of air ball.
But I think if you're Sierra Canyon, Randy, down 5, it hasn't been pretty on offense, but it could be worse. Again, they're without their two leading scorers, Bronny James and Isaiah Elohim. They're on the road. It's a very tough opponent. To be down 5 the way they're playing on offense, I think that just goes to show how well they're playing defensively. Keeping them in it.
Perry controlling the ball. Another foul, and you don't want to send him to the line.
No, and now it's 2 free throws.
He just doesn't miss from the line.
No. Well, you don't want to jinx him now.
We're not going to jinx him. He'll make the shots. You really think that the announcer has control over that?
Well,
no chance. He'll make the shots. This guy is money at the line.
There you go.
Dylon. The question is, will it hit the iron? Nope.
That hit the back iron.
I don't know. That's pretty pure, I got to tell you.
Hey, he's a great free throw shooter.
He'll go out, get a breather.
Freshman Amir Jones checks in to take his place. I'm excited to watch this young player for the Wolverines.
Hey, the lead's 7, and a turnover. Sierra Canyon's got to be careful here in the final 3 minutes of the half, as Harvard-Westlake has opened up a lead. Hymenia from deep. Chual with a terrific rebound. Here's Matoyer leading the break. Pippen threw it out of bounds.
A few ugly offensive possessions for Pippen. Had that wild 3 and then turnover over there, much to the frustration of Chevalier. He was not happy after that pass.
Hymenia, who everyone's high on, just a sophomore. Dunlap. Yes.
Oh. I don't know how you stop that. Alada-Kun tried to come in, use his frame to slow down the J. It didn't happen.
Dunlap has 14 already. Second shot opportunity. That won't go in. Another one. Chual's shot went in and out. Alada-Kun had one that came off the iron. Just not falling for the Trailblazers. And you don't want to do that. You commit fouls. You're sending a very good foul shooter and Hymenia to the line.
Now, that was just frustration from Alada-Kun there. I think trying to do a little bit too much. Frustrated. His shot on the other end somehow didn't go in. I don't know how his or Chual's shot didn't go down. But then to commit a foul at the half-court line when Hymenia's going to get 2 free throws now. Chevalier is shaking his head, and I understand why.
Harvard-Westlake again is the top-ranked team of the state. And Hymenia is the guy that no one talks about because he's so young. He misses here. He got it back. And another
we'll go
foul.
Back to the line.
But he's a tremendous talent, and everybody's high on him.
Yeah, and like I talked about earlier, it's the versatility. He can handle the ball. He's a great shooter. On the defensive end, his 6'8" frame is fantastic at defending the rim. We saw him collect the block earlier. His versatility is why so many college coaches really like what they see with him.
The last time Sierra Canyon lost a league game was February 5th, 2013. They dropped a 42-36 decision to Windward. They've won 72 straight games, and they're the underdog here tonight, and they're trailing a terrific Wolverine team. And they're undermanned without James and Elohim. But they have athletes, and we'll see if Sierra Canyon in the final couple minutes of this half to get a little bit closer before intermission.
We see Swinton out there again. I want to see more from him. Here he is.
A.J. Swinton, they just can't make shots. They're keeping it alive. Pippen for three. That won't get there. And Dunlap rebounds. Sierra Canyon is ice cold. Minute 20 to play before the break. .15 on the shot clock. Dunlap against the pressure. Tipped up and in, a whistle before that happened, and this is going back to Sierra Canyon. Foul against Dunlap as he went through all those players, three of them for Sierra Canyon.
That's his second personal. He'll go to the bench with under a minute left here in the first half. So we got a couple reserves in for Harvard-Westlake. We don't see a ton of time. It's a big minute for Sierra Canyon trying to close the lead. Let's see what these young defenders have for the Wolverines.
Only 15 first half points for Sierra Canyon. It's a basketball team that has scored a lot of points over the years, but they've been stymied so far. That one finally rolls in. Beautiful shot by Osiris Knoll. Lead is 10.
Yeah, badly needed for the Trailblazers.
So a long way to go. We're still in the first half. Inside of a half minute to play. Wolverines. The shot clock is 4 seconds ahead of the game clock, so they're going to have to release one more shot before it runs all the way down, and Dave Rabiba wants a timeout on the sideline. Let's take a quick break and hear from our friends at Pacific Surfliner.
California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Final 15 seconds of the half. Final shot, perhaps, for Harvard-Westlake. They turn it over. Here comes Matoyer. And a traveling violation. That one hurts as it's turned over by Osiris Knowles.
Chance at a big swing for the Trailblazers in a game where they need points. Tough break.
Trent Perry with two, with one. It's on the way. He got it. Trent Perry has them on their feet at Taper Gymnasium.
What a shot by Perry, fresh off the turnover by Sierra Canyon. The junior point guard makes him pay, celebrates in front of the hometown crowd here at Harvard-Westlake. What a way to end the first half.
And a 13-point bulge. Perry going the distance and hitting that jump shot. Trent Perry is excited about it, and well, he should. Fans love it. We're going to take a brief timeout again, hear from our friends at Pacific Surfliner, and come back with Robert Horry, that tremendous former Laker great. He'll join us next right here on LA36 Sports. Sierra Canyon down by 13.
Hey, it's Vanessa, and I am here in Anaheim checking out all the fun things to do. Start your visit to Anaheim with a trip on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. You'll arrive at Arctic, which is really close to awesome events. After a short walk, you'll arrive at Angel Stadium, home of the Los Angeles Angels. Catching a game is always so much fun. If you're more of a hockey fan, head over to the Honda Center to see the Anaheim Ducks play. Lots of top-tier concerts happen here, too. Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com/Game of the Week.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
I'm Kara Blumfield, and I'm here at halftime with Robert Horry, 7-time NBA champion. And Robert, we're so happy that you're here with us. Can you break down this first half?
You can tell the two teams were national ranked had a little jitters in the first half. So they came out a little skittish, trying to test each other out. But now I see Harvard-Westlake is getting to a little groove. And the thing about Sierra Canyon is missing 2 of their best players. So this is where we, meaning Harvard-Westlake, got to come in and get a knockout blow.
And now mentioning Harvard-Westlake, what has it meant to your son Christian to play here and also be a student at this wonderful school?
I think for him, growing up, this is a school he always wanted to come to. Not for the basketball, but for the educational aspect. We know how hard it is to come to Harvard-Westlake, but he likes the challenge, just like he likes the challenge on the basketball court. That's why he wants to take the best offensive player on the court. You know, needs to say he's upset that the 2 best offensive players aren't in the game, because that's how you measure yourself. He wanted to go out and play against those 2 guys. Yeah,
it's unfortunate that Bronny James not in the lineup tonight, or Elohim as well. Now, what is it like being a father and watching your son play basketball after all of your experience on the court?
It's hard because you see things that you expect your son to know, but then you realize, oh, that's on a professional level. I know Coach Revivo, and it's his birthday today, so, you know, he and I had that conversation. Don't try to overcoach me. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, hey, Christian, take the shots that are given you. Play the game the way you want to play it, but more importantly, have fun while you're doing it, because high school is the time to enjoy this one because you don't get it back.
Absolutely. Just wonderful words from Robert Horry over here. Now, we appreciate your time, and we look forward to a great second half.
Thanks for having us. Go Wolverines.
All right. Thank you. We're going to go to a commercial break right now.
Southern California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
And here we are back at Harvard-Westlake, and we want to recognize a Student Athlete of the Week. It's Sierra Canyon salutes our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Student Athlete of the Week, and that is number 34 for Sierra Canyon, Jimmy Aladakum. Now, Jimmy currently has a 4.8 GPA and has never received lower than an A grade. That's just fantastic, and we always applaud our student athletes first. We're going to take a... And now we're here with Jack Paulin. Back here for Sierra Canyon. Here we go. There he is. All right, Jack. We just had to wait for Jack to get with us. So, Jack, you know everything about Sierra Canyon. So let's talk. What are you seeing there on the court, and how is Sierra going to get back in this offensive flow?
Well, they're missing 2 starters tonight. Bronny James, Isaiah Elohim, 2 of the top players in the country in their class aren't on the court, so the offense is out of sync, and they missed a lot of layups. Some calls didn't go their way, and it's going to be a tough one tonight because Harvard-Westlake is just so good and so good defensively and so big, and they're playing well. So this isn't the real Sierra Canyon team that we're going to see in the Open Division playoffs in a couple of weeks from now.
I wouldn't doubt that. Now, Jack, talk to us a little bit about the campus life. That's something I think a lot of people want to know. What's it like having all these ex-NBA player athletes, their sons now all around campus?
Yeah, it's a really cool atmosphere at school. Obviously Sierra Canyon's a great school, great academics, and they really emphasize athletics and all the other programs as well. And, it's just a great feel on campus. Everybody's friendly. It doesn't matter what background you come from. Everybody gets along, everybody gets involved. School spirit's really good throughout the day at school, and everybody just likes each other.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Jack. We appreciate you coming here with us at the halftime report.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, it's good to see you too. Well, we'll be back in a bit. We're going to take a break. Pacific Surfliner coming at you.
Hey, it's Vanessa, and I have a magical trip idea just for you. Hop on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner train for a scenic and comfortable ride to Anaheim. You'll arrive here at Arctic. Show your train ticket for a free bus connection to the front gates of the Disneyland Resort. When you take the train, you can unlock a 5% savings on theme park admission. Trains depart late enough for you to stay the whole day and even enjoy the nighttime spectaculars.
Learn more at pacificsurfliner.com/game of the week.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
It's halftime where Harvard-Westlake, the host school, having great success. They're leading Sierra Canyon 30-17. Randy Rosenblum back with my good friend here, Connor Morissette. And Connor, down the stretch in that second quarter, there was an opportunity for Sierra Canyon to close the gap. They turned it over. Then Trent Perry hit a big shot right before the break.
I think that's the key sequence to the whole first half. Sierra Canyon, of course, as expected, not playing great on offense without their two leading scorers. They have a chance to cut it to single digits before halftime. Bad turnover, and then boom, Trent Perry nails a three to put him up by 13. Here's some first half highlights here. Couple nice plays from Sierra Canyon to start the game. Bryce Cofield with a huge slam. That's probably the biggest highlight for the Trailblazers so far this evening. There's Osiris Knowles. He did a good job of getting to the rack there as well. But offense, Randy, let's be honest, it was few and far between.
How about Brady Dunlap? He had 14 first half points.
Yeah, tremendous player. There's a reason he's going to Notre Dame, why that staff's so high on him. Really, really impressive. Leading scorer, 14 points. Here's Knowles again for Sierra Canyon. He had some moments. And then Trent Perry. Wow, what a player he is. Wow.
I love Trent Perry. I mean, he's so under control, so poised, hits big shots. We kidded about his ability to knock down foul shots. I said he was going to make two of them.
Yeah.
You were kind of baiting me on. Go, Randy, don't do that. He could miss. No, he can't. He doesn't miss at the free throw line. He's a clutch player, and he's a real bonus for Harvard-Westlake going forward. He's just a player you can win with, and you got to love that. Speaking of winning with, look at this crowd. They are pinched in here tonight. Huge crowd at Harvard-Westlake in Studio City. All right, what is Sierra Canyon going to need to do to find an offense? We know their defense is good enough to slow Harvard-Westlake down, but how do they find an offense to get back into the game?
Against Harvard-Westlake, it's very challenging to get to the rim and get easy baskets. So I think outside shooting is going to be really important. Bronny James not playing tonight. He's the team's best outside shooter, so that hurts. But who can fill his place? We've seen Ashton Hardaway do a decent job of it so far, but Sierra Canyon needs more. I want to see Dylan Matoyer take more threes. I'd like to see Bryce Cofield, Noah Williams shoot some more threes. Maybe Osiris Knowles. We saw Justin Pippen attempt a couple. I think the three-point arc offensively for Sierra Canyon, that's where they can get back into the game, and that's where they're going to need to knock down shots.
Harvard-Westlake will possess the basketball first. And these two teams are both 4-0 in the Mission League. By the way, the Mission League has a tournament at the end of the season, which will crown their postseason champion. I love that idea. So these teams could meet again in the tournament. Here's Dunlap raising up. And a defensive stop to begin the third quarter for Sierra Canyon as Pippen rebound. Noah Williams in trouble, and his pass is stolen by Perry. Perry to Huggins. He's underneath and is fouled.
Was that on Hardaway? It was a smart foul to not give him the easy dunk, but if it's on Hardaway, it's his third.
It is.
And that's your best offensive player. That's a killer for Sierra Canyon.
We'll check in with Kara Blumfield, who talked to Andre Chevalier about halftime adjustments.
Yeah, I just was able to mention to the coach, what do you need to do to kind of get that offensive flow and rhythm going? And he said it's the fouls. We have to stop fouling. Their defense is going to create the offense. So if we could do a better job of getting these rebounds, not committing those fouls, then we can get going and hopefully hit some cutters and slashers towards the basket.
20-4, the ratio in foul shots as this next one goes up and in. 20-4. So there is that discrepancy that Kara talked about. 32-17. Sierra Canyon's going to have to make some shots. Matoyer with 20 on the shot clock. That one's on the back of the iron, no good for Cofield. Harvard-Westlake playing terrific defense. Hamenia walked. Easy play to call. 7 minutes left, third quarter.
That was a good look from Cofield on the other end for Sierra Canyon. Just didn't make the shot.
There's a high wire act in the back. Corey Williams threw it in and was trying to tell Matoyer to come over and get it, and he finally did.
And I think that just kind of sums up Sierra Canyon tonight, missing a couple players. They've been disjointed.
Hardaway, yes, from downtown, Ashton Hardaway. 3 baskets, all triples.
Yeah, up to 9 points. Keep feeding him the rock. He's got a great stroke, 3-point shots, great way to get back into a game. I hope he keeps shooting.
They need him to keep shooting. Dunlap to Hamenia. Sierra Canyon chasing the ball, trying to create turnovers. Hamenia with the left hand scores. A 30-second timeout taken by Dave Rabibo. Boy, you saw the beauty there of Hamenia, a right-hand shooter, score with the offhand.
Yeah, and that's just a bad matchup if you're Sierra Canyon. Justin Pippen, a smaller guard, trying to guard Hamenia, takes him right to the rack, goes up with the left hand and gets 2. You can tell Coach Rabibo, he coaches that. If a smaller player is on one of Harvard-Westlake's bigger players, attack him. And Hamenia did just that.
Well, Dave Rabibo won a couple LA City Section championships when he was the coach at El Camino Real. His sister Sarah Rabibo was a great star for the Conquistadors. They won a girls championship back in 2011. So the Rabibo family, very talented as basketball players, not just as coaches. 34-20. Sierra Canyon just got a 3-ball from Ashton Hardaway. We'll see if others can contribute. 2 minutes into the third. Pippen is free. Rebound Dunlap.
He's had a few open looks, just hasn't been able to connect on them.
Perry. Chased by Williams. Hamenia is left open. Rebound Huggins. Blocked away. Out of bounds off of Huggins. Suffocating defense inside by Williams and Hardaway.
And then somehow deflected off him, and here's Sierra Canyon on the offensive.
But where will the offense come from?
Yeah, it's a great question. Hardaway, and then who else? If you look up at the scoreboard right now, not a whole lot of scoring outside of Hardaway. Matoyer's got 5. Second leading scorer right now. That's just not enough.
Spin move, Cofield, a little out of control there. That was a difficult try.
Yeah, he's trying to create at least, but Hinton with terrific defense on Cofield.
Yeah, but that was not a high percentage shot. Hinton, fall away. Got it.
Another matchup that Harvard-Westlake took advantage of. The smaller Matoyer on the bigger Hinton hits the 2.
Timeout taken by Andre Chevalier. 36-20, the biggest lead of the evening. Robert Hinton going to work. The Blazers look like the top-ranked team of the state on LA36. Let's check in with our friends from Pacific Surfliner.
California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
Back at Harvard-Westlake, Sierra Canyon basketball. Here they come up the floor with Osiris Nalv. Here's a deep run from Hardaway. That won't get there.
He's the guy, though. He can make that.
That was from 30 feet away.
Yeah, it was far away. That's why he left it short. But that's the best offense for Sierra Canyon right now. It's an unfortunate reality for the Trailblazers. Hardaway shooting deep threes. It's a better look than a lot of the other ones they've gotten.
And out of the timeout, that was the design play. They wanted to go to Ashton. Chance of Harvard-Westlake. Here's Perry. That one just crawled off the iron. Picked up by Aladakun. Pippen on the baseline. Threw it away. Noah Williams checking back in, and Pippen is out of the lineup. Offensively, Sierra Canyon just not clicking. But you got to give a lot of credit again to Harvard-Westlake defensively.
Certainly one of the best defensive teams, not only in the state, but in the country. They're 21-1. It's not easy in California high school basketball to do what they're doing, and it starts on the defensive end with the Wolverines.
What a great Mission League week this will be for Harvard-Westlake if they hold on. Winning at Notre Dame, Sherman Oaks on Wednesday, and coming back on a Friday to knock off heralded Sierra Canyon. Dunlap from the free throw line. Hinton got it back. Perry's fouled.
And you mentioned the Mission League tournament earlier. It's important to get a top 2 seed in that tournament because you got to bye to the semifinals. So Harvard-Westlake, if they are able to hang on tonight, win this game, they're looking at a couple byes, and they'll have to win 2 games to win the title.
Brady Dunlap. He's looking for a shot. That's a tough one. That one was contested. It's out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Wolverines. 3.5 minutes to play in the third. All Harvard-Westlake so far. Does Sierra Canyon have a rally in them? And where will that offense come from? Perry and Pippen matched up. Dunlap looking inside to Huggins. Rebound, Hymenia.
What a pass
Nicholas
by
Hymenia.
Yeah, what a pass by Dunlap to squeeze it into Huggins, and Hymenia there to clean things up.
Lead is 18. Matoyer able to draw the contact, the foul, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Third foul on Brady Dunlap.
The lead being 18, I know Sierra Canyon has their 2 leading scorers out, and you're playing Harvard-Westlake or on the road if you're Sierra Canyon. So difficult. But Sierra Canyon, they have a lot of depth, and if there was one team that if I was asked, hey, they're down their 2 leading scorers, could they hang around? I'd probably pick the Trailblazers. Again, it's a nearly impossible task to win a game on the road against Harvard-Westlake without your top 2 scorers, but I expect a little bit better.
Rebound, Ori. Up the floor comes Hymenia. They are trapping, but that leaves somebody open. And if you leave them open, guys like Ori will knock it down. Christian Ori.
I don't blame Sierra Canyon for trapping. They're trying to force turnovers, get back into it. Open shots are going to happen.
They crashed the glass. Williams got it back. Here's Hardaway for three. Ashton Hardaway has knocked down 4 from downtown in this game. All of his points, all 12 on 3 balls.
Yeah, keep firing, Mr. Hardaway. Keep him going. Only offense for the Trailblazers tonight.
And a takeaway by Knowles. And he's fouled by Homenia. Well, maybe, just maybe, some life from Sierra Canyon. They got the Hardaway triple, a theft on defense, and Osiris Knowles will shoot a brace of foul shots. 2 shots for Knowles.
Yeah, chance at a small run here, and you're right, maybe that sparks something. It just matters that they score. That's the biggest thing. Sierra Canyon tonight, they had 25 points in the third quarter. Points have been tough to come by. Any chance to score is important.
And he killed that one on the back of the iron, but he'll take it. They need all the points they could muster up. Sierra Canyon, they're back to within 15. They need defensive stops, and they got to find an offense. Perry on the base. 2 more for Trent Perry. He has 9.
And that's just a Division I, Pac-12, whatever you want to call it, Power 5 level move from Trent Perry.
That shot won't get there for Knowles. Rebound Homenia. Homenia pulls up. Matoyer for 3. Got it. The 3 ball from Dylan Matoyer. That cuts it to 14. And you can see Andre Chevalier out there rooting his clan on.
And we see coaches after a big bucket take timeouts a lot, settle the troops. And I think Chevalier in this huddle is just going to say, hey, guys, it hasn't been going our way so far. Dylan, nice shot. It's a big 3. 1 possession at a time. Let's slow these guys down. We can get back into this game. We have the talent. We have the ability. Yes, they're a really good team, but we're Sierra Canyon. We can get back into this thing. That's what I'd be telling my team if I was Coach Chevalier.
The thing about Sierra Canyon, like Harvard-Westlake, they play such terrific defense. So if you can stop the other team and make shots, especially in the era of the 3 ball, when you have Hardaway and Matoyer, they have 2 capable 3-point sharpshooters.
Definitely, and we've seen it here in the second half so far. Both guys knocked down 3s, and the camera showed it earlier on the Sierra Canyon huddle. The coaches were all huddled, and the players were all huddled separately. The coaches were formulating a game plan a little bit, how to get back into it. And then we saw Chevalier get in with the players and share what he learned from that coach's powwow. And let's see what happens. It's a 14-point deficit right now for Sierra Canyon. They're on defense. Maybe they're going to full-court press here. I think that's smart. Try to get back into the game. Perry has some fouls. Maybe try to make him commit an offensive foul. Be aggressive.
Harvard-Westlake, though, is such a well-balanced machine. Got a lot of players who can hit shots. Here's one of them, Dunlap. Yes, the 3 ball, Brady Dunlap. It's been his night.
What a shot by Dunlap.
He had 38 when they played Bishop Montgomery in a triple overtime victory. So we know that Brady's a great scorer.
I think that pushes them up to 17 points now, Randy, and against a really good opponent in Sierra Canyon. Very impressive.
Let's check in with Kara. You have an update for us.
In that last huddle, Coach Chevalier really just looked at his team and said, hey, keep pressuring on defense and attacking the basket. He wants his players to continue to fight and get to the hoop. And then the guys on the bench also, I heard them kind of rallying each other and say, hey, make your shots. Make these easy ones. Let's go, you guys. So Sierra Canyon, they want this.
Thank you, Kara. Well, they haven't been able to make a shot consistently this evening. There's another foul going against the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and the whole sideline didn't like that one.
That's 4 on Olatakun. So he'll stay in there with the 4. Again, in high school, 5 eliminate you. Here's Ori all the way with a nice pass but an extra step cost them the possession. Final 41 seconds of the quarter. Hamenia back in. Dunlap will get a breather. Kuhn does sit down. Chual comes in. Kuhn saddled with those 4 personal fouls.
And here's Swinton to inbound the ball. He's a kid who transferred in about a month ago to Sierra Canyon. He already has 5 offers: Georgetown, Virginia Tech, Howard, George Mason, and Maryland. It's very tough to come into a team like Sierra Canyon and make a difference. He's being asked to do that tonight. I just want to see a little bit more from him. Again, it's a tough ask, coming in halfway through the year, totally cold, came in from Oak Hills in Virginia. But why not just throw him out there and see what he can do tonight?
Cofield misses Swinton. There it is. They're not on the same page.
A little rusty, but I mean,
again, they just don't have the reps.
Yeah, Sierra Canyon last year, they did the same thing. They brought in a transfer, Trenton Flowers, highly touted kid, halfway through the year.
Right.
Didn't work out. He's no longer on the team. Trying it again with Swinton. I'm excited to see what he can do. I think he's going to get some extended run here in the 4th quarter.
Final half minute. 3rd quarter, all Wolverines up by 17. And Dunlap will come up the floor. Boy, you want the agate in his hands. Hinton. Open look, 3-ball on the way, in and out for Ori, taken by Knowles. Sierra Canyon in the waning seconds of the 3rd. They need a bucket. Knowles goes all the way. It goes in. A circus shot, but it's an offensive foul. No basket. The shot of the night for Sierra Canyon won't count.
I'm sure the neutral's saying, oh, can you just let that one go and give him a free throw?
It was so pretty, was it not?
Oh, man. I don't know. Blocker charge, the tough call.
Final 4 seconds. Here's Dunlap. He's got time. It's on the way. He got it! Brady Dunlap. It's his night. Smiling, and he deserves the smile. 20 points for Dunlap. None prettier than that. And Harvard-Westlake has a 20-point lead, and Brady Dunlap is the difference. The chance of Brady Dunlap at Harvard-Westlake will step back at the 4th quarter after this. Our game of the week from Pacific Surfliner on LA36.
Southern California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
SCAN, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Final 8 minutes at Harvard-Westlake in Studio City. Sierra Canyon trailing by 20. And again, it's the Brady Dunlap show. The 3-ball to beat the buzzer.
Pulls up and gets a little help for the window there, Dunlap. How rare is it, though, Randy, to see 2 buzzer beaters from the same team in the same game? It's all Harvard-Westlake tonight. And shots like that are a big reason why.
And how about that reaction from Brady Dunlap?
Yeah, a little bit of a wry smile. I had that. I knew that was going in. I meant to bank it. I'm sure he called glass. Just kidding. No way he called that one.
Well, Sierra Canyon will have to mount a monumental rally. It's a hand check, a foul away from the ball against Harvard-Westlake. It's on Hamenia. And for Hamenia, he has 2.
And I'm sure everyone watching is wondering, like I'm wondering, what would this look like with Bronny James and Isaiah Elohim?
Hardaway misses. Knowles and his counterpart Cofield are battling inside and a foul. Chual also in there, number 13. This one again is against Harvard-Westlake. Robert Hinton picks up the foul. That's 2 on Robert.
And now if you're Sierra Canyon, you probably won't win the game, although never say never, but it's all about building momentum. Who's going to have a good spurt of 2 or 3 minutes here, show Coach Chevalier something, who's going to play hard on defense. Playing time on this Sierra Canyon team is very tough to earn, but minutes are up for grabs this season, especially after a big loss. Who's going to earn them?
Well, they're trapping. They really want to get back into the game. They have great length as a Sierra Canyon team on the floor, trying to deny Harvard-Westlake. Perry goes right around Chual and lays it in. That's a big-time move again from Trent Perry. He has 11, and he has unbelievable skills with the ball. Matoyer for 3. Dunlap rebounds. It's all Harvard-Westlake.
It is, and Perry, you mentioned it, Randy. What a move from the junior point guard. USC, UCLA, it's right in your backyard. When are they going to offer him?
Amenia. And Dunlap. That was right into the shooter's pocket, but Brady did not take the opportunity. Perry again. Trent Perry. He's so under control. Just a terrific player.
Yeah, earlier this season, I think there were times when he tried to do a little bit too much for Harvard-Westlake, but that's ended, and he's a fantastic player. I love me some Trent Perry.
Matoyer just got to the iron, didn't go in, and this is a huge bulge. It's all Wolverines. Perry is open.
Heat check.
That one would have brought the house down. Yeah. A blocking foul as Bryce Cofield was attacking the iron. Bryce Cofield
had that great dunk in the first half. He's a tremendous athlete.
He's a transfer from West Ranch. Again, the West Ranch, one of the top-ranked teams in Southern California. A terrific club. Andrew Meadow can really shoot it. And they have a big guy there in Jazz Gardner, who came from Los Altos. Is very, very talented. West Ranch, one of the best teams in Southern California. And you're looking at 2 of the best in the state of California, but tonight it's all Harvard-Westlake. You can see why they're ranked number 1 in the state.
Absolutely. No matter how you slice it, the clutch shooting, the intelligence on offense to attack the smaller defenders. It's a team that was really good a year ago, making the Open Division Championship game in the Southern section, and brought most of those pieces back. So everyone had high expectations for the Wolverines this season, and they're answering the bell. They're doing exceptionally well, and I expect them to be there right at the end again this year.
2 shots for Cofield. That one crawls over the iron and down. Kara Blumfield has a report for us.
Also speaking with Coach David Rabibo before the game, I kind of asked, what do you need to do to have just a successful outing here against Sierra Canyon? And he said, it's all about us. It's the us stuff. We're controlling the boards. Take care of the basketball. No turnovers. He never even mentioned offense because he knew that the offense would come as long as they took care of the ball and did everything that they pride themselves on defensively at Harvard-Westlake.
Noah Williams called for a technical foul there, Randy, and when it rains, it pours.
I guess he goes to the foul line on the technical.
I think he'll miss this one. Will Jinx? Oh, it's going in, Jinx.
He is not jinxed by any of this. He has
He's
fun
better
at the line.
It's hard to be really good. It's even harder to be better than the Jinx.
Trent looking for his 15th point of the night. What a player he is. At 27 on Wednesday. And drops that one.
Yeah, for Sierra Canyon, you're losing the game. Noah Williams gets called for the technical. It had to be a pretty obvious tee to get called in this situation. I mentioned earlier about rising to the occasion, and even though if you're losing, just showing Coach Chevalier why you deserve minutes, and that goes in the other category. That's showing him that you don't deserve to see the floor.
Sierra Canyon loses games, but they rarely get blown out.
Yeah, and
that doesn't happen.
And we've talked about it, Randy. They haven't lost a league game since February 5th of 2013.
Dunlap from another area code, but the putback is in for Huggins. Again, he has a ferocious offensive rebounder. Lead is 23, and Harvard-Westlake's got their starters out there. Of course, they don't go very deep. Hardaway put that one up, and he's going to go to the line. Ashton Hardaway.
Yeah, I wonder how much longer the starters will be out there for both teams.
Ashton, a 4-star recruit. A lot of people wanted him, the likes of Kansas, Oklahoma State, USC, and others. But of course, he's going to play for his dad.
Yeah, it's tough when your dad comes knocking.
Yeah, his dad, of course, Penny Hardaway, great NBA star, head coach at Memphis, and that's where Ashton will play his college basketball.
Did you know he was at Bishop Montgomery as a freshman, Randy?
I did not.
Yeah.
How good would that team look with him over there?
That would be amazing. They took Harvard-Westlake to overtime, triple overtime, and yeah, he might have been the piece to push them over. Yeah, then he went to Texas, played for Duncanville, so he's seen his fair share of high-level basketball in high school.
Yeah, Duncanville with a fabulous program. Here's Perry to Huggins. He comes underneath. He lays it up. That one's no good. Amenia with the crash tip with the left hand. Amenia has 9.
Another great play from the sophomore.
Finally, underneath, it's powered up by Aladakun, who's playing with the 4 fouls. Strong drive by Robert Hinton. This is a tremendous performance. Again, you have to go back to Wednesday and how exhausting the win was against Notre Dame of Sherman Oaks on the road. But they've been able to shrug it off, and they've played at a very elite level, these Wolverines.
And sometimes when you hear that your opponent has their 2 leading scorers out, that might cause you to take your foot off the gas. Oh, we got this easily. That has not been the case for Harvard-Westlake tonight. They've come in. They're still playing really, really aggressive, really good basketball, and we're seeing it play out, the scoreline being up over 20 points.
Robert Hinton with another one, a pre-law major, 3.7 GPA is Hinton. Averages 10 points and 5 rebounds a game, and with that great GPA, he's on his way to Harvard.
He's a kid who committed early. He knew what he wanted. His brother also plays in the Ivy League at Cornell. I think he could have potentially played outside the Ivy League in Division I, but he said, no, I want Harvard. I'm going to the best school academically in the country. And who knows, Tommy Amaker, maybe they sneak in to an NCAA tournament or 2 when he's there.
It's never bad when you go to Harvard.
No, I wish I could have gone there. Didn't have the grades.
You're a smart guy. That surprises me.
It's tough.
Amenia picks up his 4th, and Sierra Canyon will have an opportunity at the charity stripe with Osiris Knowles. Just above 5 minutes to play, and it'll be another victory for Harvard-Westlake. They're going to go to 22-1, 5-0 in the Mission League. This will be the first loss for Sierra Canyon in league since 2013, February 5th again against Windward. So this is a historical breakthrough against Sierra Canyon. Again, it was another league. They were in the Gold Coast. They won 68 straight there and then 4 straight in the Mission League before tonight.
Yeah, this will be head coach Andre Chevalier's first league loss. But hey, that's not bad as a head coach. What a job he's done for the Trailblazers.
Perry lobbing underneath. Huggins with the throwdown. They love it here in Studio City. 62-40. Hardaway. He won't get it. Rebound Dunlap. Another slam dunk. This one from Robert Hinton. It's showtime for Harvard-Westlake. 64-40. 4.5 to play. Matoyer with the jumper. That won't get there. It's been that kind of night for Sierra Canyon. Perry under control is forced with pressure, and he carried it over, and he doesn't believe it. Here's the dunk to Huggins. That was pretty good. You like that one? I think we got another one, huh?
Yeah. What a
Hinton had the other one.
What a great 2 slams for the Wolverines. Oh.
Knowles for 3. Hardaway will try it. He got it. Nylon for Ashton Hardaway. He has 17, leading the way for Sierra Canyon. They're still playing here, and they're playing hard. We're going to have a timeout taken by the Trailblazers. They're not giving up yet, even though they're down by 21.
Yeah, an off night for Sierra Canyon, no matter how you slice it. I think they have an argument to be upset with some of the foul calls, but let's be honest. does that really matter in a game like this where you're down your 2 leading scorers and had a few mistakes throughout the game? I think it's just an off night for him, and we see why. Look at this play from Harvard-Westlake. Hinton, airborne, throws it down. Whew, Harvard's getting a good one, Randy, in a couple of years.
Well, he'll be well coached because Dave Rabibo does a wonderful job with this unit. And they're going to be a major factor. Corona Centennials, the defending state champions, they have another terrific team. Devin Williams on that club's on his way to UCLA, Jared McCain to Duke, and they have others who are very, very good.
I think what's interesting about the Open Division this year is it's much deeper than in years past. This season, you have like a Rancho Christian that might come in as a 7 or 8 and maybe pick someone off because they're really talented. The Trinity League is deep. West Ranch is great. I don't think it's a lock that we have Harvard-Westlake and Corona Centennial play in the championship.
Yeah, the other thing is, will 3 teams from the Mission League get in?
I think so, but
that's Notre Dame, Sherman Oaks, and the 2 here tonight.
If Sierra Canyon's the 3rd, they have to go in. They're not going to keep Sierra Canyon out of the Open.
Lead is 21, just under 4 minutes to play.
If Notre Dame is the 3, I could see it.
So they would drop down to D1 and be the favorite probably, or near the favorite.
Oh, heavy favorite. If Mater Dei doesn't go, I'd like them too in D1.
Underneath, Higgins. He's had a nice second half.
Yeah, we were talking so much about Hinton going to Harvard, Huggins going to Princeton. Great group of Ivy Leaguers for Harvard-Westlake.
Higgins with 11. Hardaway off the line. It belongs to Harvard-Westlake. Majuk Chual back in, 66-43. Perry will back it up to Clock, an ally of Harvard-Westlake. Takeaway, steal by Hardaway. Pippen is open. Just won't fall for him tonight. Cofield, pretty good rebounder for his size, got inside and drew the foul.
Do you think when Coach Rabibo woke up this morning on his birthday, he envisioned this birthday present? I think in his mind, he of course would have wanted to win, but no way he thought it would be this lopsided.
I agree with you. All he cares about is the W, and this is a birthday present that he really desired.
You had a good stat earlier. It's not the only Mission League birthday.
Yeah, Brian Cantwell, the head coach of Chaminade, it's his birthday today.
I felt so bad for Chaminade when they got stuck in St. Louis over the holiday period with that awful weather. They had to spend Christmas inside a hotel. Bet it brought them closer together, though, and they beat Crespi the other night, so they're doing something right over there.
Yeah, we talk so much about the big 3 in this league, the Mission League, but St. Francis is very good, and Crespi and Alamany are competent. That one's deflected out of bounds by the hustling Justin Pippen. 66-44.
Yeah, Loyola's great. Crespi is a solid team with really young core that I think as the years go on, they'll be really good under head coach Andrew Moore. Had a chance to speak with him this week. I like the job he's doing over there. It's a tough league.
Perry still in there. Got to the iron and missed. Rebound to Pippen. This one's going against Harvard-Westlake. Hamenia will foul out with that personal, so that's it for Nicholas Hamenia. Number 4 played a strong game.
He did, and I'm excited for next season when it really is his team and he's the guy, what he looks like as a true number 1.
Do you think he'll be the number 1 over Trent Perry?
You know what I mean. He'll take over for Brady Dunlap. I think it's safe to say Dunlap's the number 1 this year. And
yes, I
Perry,
would agree.
Yeah, of course, he probably will be the number 1. But in terms of the number 1 forward option, they'll be good again next year. Huh?
He's right. He's good already. Yeah. He's very, very talented. No question about it. Good look at Justin Pippen. Justin, just a junior. Of course, his older brother, Scottie Pippen Jr., was a great star at Sierra Canyon.
And had a great college career at Vanderbilt.
And he's coming off a nice game. He's coming off a 12-point effort Wednesday in the win over St. Francis. Front court. Hinton will explode to the basket and lay it in. Robert Hinton. He's a good one, no question. Well, they're all talented, aren't they, at Harvard-Westlake? Hardaway got another one. He rattles in a deep triple. Ashton Hardaway with 20. He's been fun to watch.
And no one else has been able to match his offensive output for Sierra Canyon, which is a shame. He's had a great game. The only player for Sierra Canyon, really, who I can say that about.
Approaching 2 minutes to play. Dunlap trapped, and so Coach Rabibo says, I think I'm going to take a timeout. He kind of shrugged about it.
His body language can be funny. The shrug, the facial expressions, where you know what he's saying, even though he's not saying anything. Fun to watch on the sideline.
68-48. Kind of like the balance of Harvard-Westlake. They have a number of players in double figures, led by Dunlap's 20. Perry's got 15. Huggins has 11. Of course, it's been little support for Ashton Hardaway of Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, he's the only guy in double figures. Only guy in double figures, and that's just not enough. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, Matoyer hit some threes and has 9, but not enough.
No, not enough tonight. I'm excited to see how, once Sierra Canyon gets healthy, can they regroup. But remember, they look pretty similar to last year, where they had some injuries the middle of the year. Amari Bailey wasn't right. It never really clicked for him. This year, they have some nice wins. They've beaten Wheeler from Georgia, who's a good team, and they nearly beat Columbus at the Hoop Hall Classic, who's a top 10 team in the country. They've had a couple of nice moments so far this season, but it hasn't clicked like the Sierra Canyon teams of old.
And they're missing some great players. You miss Amari Bailey, who was their star last year, now at UCLA, and Kajani Wright, the big fella who's at USC.
Definitely miss both of those guys. Although, in terms of Kajani, they have a lot of big guy depth on this year's team.
It's inbounded to Huggins and taken by Hardaway.
Again, looking at Coach Rabibo.
And a backcourt violation. They just cannot get it together, Sierra Canyon. Offensively, a forgettable night for Andre Chevalier's team.
Yeah. And here comes Brady Dunlap walking over to our table, inbound the ball. He's got a big smile on his face. Good night for Harvard-Westlake.
Of course, he hit that wonderful 3-ball at the end of the third quarter that just had this arena, Taper Gymnasium, delirious.
I imagine he's the player of the game. I hope Kara asked him if he called bank. I'll have to check in with her before the end of the game. That would be my number one question.
Minute 30 to play. And Harvard-Westlake officially will have the win. Hinton is blocked inside by Chual. Again, these are moments, teachable moments for Sierra Canyon, trying to get on the same page, and a driving layup for Bryce Cofield.
Here come the Harvard-Westlake subs. Next stoppage. They'll bring out the bench warmers.
Dunlap for 3 more. Rebound Perry. He feeds underneath to Huggins, and 1 for Jacob Huggins. Of all the high school players I've seen in years, he might have the best motor. He just goes hard all the time.
He really does, and for a Harvard-Westlake team that outside of him, I know he's listed as a forward, but he really plays center for them. And he's really the only center they have. He needs to have that high motor. He does, and it's huge for the Wolverines.
Kalishner Stork, number 13, is in for Harvard-Westlake. We'll try to identify some of these guys. Josh Engelberg, number 21. Number 3 is Amir Jones. He's in their rotation, as is Brando Fuqua. And Huggins is the lone starter out there because he had to shoot the foul. Inside of a minute to play. That one's not close. Hardaway was just looking to draw a foul. Did not get the call. And now Bento comes in, Dominic Bento, and all the reserves are out there. 70-50.
Not how we drew it up.
You know what the score? We did a women's game here with the two teams. You know what the final score was?
70-50.
70-50. The other way. Sierra Canyon. Bento. They'll work it around.
Oh, that would have brought the house down.
Oh, that would have brought the house down indeed had Engelberg hit that. Final half minute. Knowles all the way for 2. Osiris Knowles. 70-52. The crowd now chanting, I believe that we will win, and they will win. And a knockdown and a foul. Hardaway fouls out. Going to the free throw line, shooting 2 here is Amir Jones. Amir knocks it down. Both players who wear number 3 in the game, first name Amir. Amir Jones of Harvard-Westlake and Amir Brown of Sierra Canyon. One more for Amir.
I noticed that too. It messed up my sheet a little bit. I got confused.
Always worried about those information boards. I got to make sure you're taken care of. Final 10 seconds. 72-52 for Harvard-Westlake. Knowles just dribbles it out, and that's your final score. Well, scoring 72 points, snapping the 72-game winning streak in league. So 72, the magic number. Sierra Canyon falls for the first time in a league game in 10 years. They lose by 20. When we come back, we'll have our Pacific Liner player of the game. I think you might know who it is. We'll find out when we come back after this from Pacific Surfliner.
California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Just another big game for Brady Dunlap, scoring 20 points. Fabulous performance, leading his team to a 20-point victory. Harvard-Westlake over Sierra Canyon, 72-52. Randy Rosenblum joined by Mr. Brady Dunlap. All right. How much food you going to eat tonight? We're putting weight on you, right?
I'm going to try and eat as much as I can. I'm trying to put on weight. It's impossible. I swear, I've been trying for 3 years. I can't do it. But.
We should all have those problems, right? All right, Brady, we've talked. We've had you on our SoCal Prep Report show. And let's first talk about your reading. You said reading has relaxed you playing basketball.
Yes, no doubt, especially coming after the 2 overtime game we had on Wednesday. I really just read all night, and it calms my soul to help me sleep that night. And it I don't know, it's really helped me out a ton, and I'm very appreciative of it. So. Okay,
that's a nice drive and a left-hand layup. I loved your shot at the end of the third quarter. Now, were you looking to bank it? Tell me the truth.
100%. I came up there. I was looking for the bank shot, shooting the horse off. I'm kidding. I did not. I was not trying to bank that shot. I got very lucky, and I'm fortunate the ball went in. So.
Yeah, it was a magnificent shot. You're obviously playing at a high level. How difficult was it for you to turn around? Here's that long one that banked in. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? How difficult was it to turn around? I know physically you're a young guy. You can make that transition, but emotionally, to come back after a double overtime victory like that.
It's difficult for sure, but I feel like the triple overtime game we had against Bishop really helped us in terms of it not being that much of a shock. Like, we've been there before, and it wasn't a huge adjustment. We took a light day yesterday, and I feel like all the guys were there mentally today. So obviously they knocked us out last year in the playoffs. We were pumped up for this game. So
all right, when you heard that Elijah Elohim wasn't going to play and Bronny James wasn't going to play, how did that affect your team? Obviously that hurt their offense, but did it affect you guys at all? You just go out there and do your own thing.
We said in the locker room that this game was on the schedule like 6 months ago, and
Right.
it's not Harvard-Westlake versus Bronny or Harvard-Westlake versus Isaiah. It's versus Sierra Canyon. So whoever suits up, we're ready to go against, and we had that mindset heading in. I thought we executed it well. So,
well, you've had a great career here, and I know you're looking toward Notre Dame. They've had a coaching change there. I know we talked about this before the game. You really didn't want to talk about it. You want to concentrate on this year. And I think that's great that you're not really thinking about your college career, even though you know it's in front of you.
yeah, no, and I'm just like reading and meditation and all that. I'm trying to stay in the present moment as much as I can, and I feel like that'll, help me individually and as a team, and I can help my teammates more if I'm just where my feet are. So,
last question. I was there the other night when you won in double overtime, and I loved your battle with Dusty Stroman.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I mean, that was fun to watch. That was two future D1 guys going at it. How much fun was that for you going against a guy like Dusty Stromer?
I mean, we've been going against each other for 5 years, and he's one of my best friends. So it was a fun battle. It's always fun against him. He's a super athletic guy, and I have to scout what I can do against him. And it's always fun when I'm out there against him, and I can't wait to do it again. So,
well, good luck the rest of the regular season, and of course the Mission League tournament, which is great about this league. You get to play a tournament, and best of luck down the road in the Open Division. Brady, great seeing you again.
Thank you.
All right, that's Brady Dunlap. We're going to step out, come back, wrap it up. Sierra Canyon falls on the road to Harvard-Westlake, 72-52. We'll be back right after this message from our good friends at Amtrak Pacific Surfliner.
Hey, it's Vanessa, and I am here in Anaheim checking out all the fun things to do. Start your visit to Anaheim with a trip on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. You'll arrive at Arctic, which is really close to awesome events. After a short walk, you'll arrive at Angel Stadium, home of the Los Angeles Angels. Catching a game is always so much fun. If you're more of a hockey fan, head over to the Honda Center to see the Anaheim Ducks play. Lots of top-tier concerts happen here, too.
Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com/Game of the Week.
Harvard-Westlake. What a basketball team. This arena tonight was lit. I mean, they were going crazy. Harvard-Westlake, after a sluggish start by both teams offensively. It was a grinder early, but then Harvard-Westlake really started to churn offensively and win the game 72-52. Randy Rosenblum joined once again by Connor Morissette. And I know there was some missing parts, some big parts that were gone from Sierra Canyon. But all in all, this was mighty impressive by the Wolverines.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier right there just about how it was a grind to start, but then it became not so much a grind when Brady Dunlap got going, and you just had a chance to catch up with him. What a game from the senior committed to Notre Dame. He was fantastic. Here we see Trent Perry, another great player for Harvard-Westlake, with a jump shot. He was fantastic from the foul line as well as a whole bunch of other plays. He made that great buzzer beater to end the first half. It was a complete performance from Harvard-Westlake, and like you said, when you're missing your two leading scorers like Sierra Canyon was, I think this was expected, a Harvard-Westlake win.
Yeah, I talked to Andre Chevalier, obviously, before the game, and I said, hey, you got great players. You still have a chance. And, his body language didn't tell me that he really believed. He didn't know. He certainly always roots for his own team and thinks they're going to win. But I just had the sense he wasn't sure because those guys were missing how this team would click. And it really was difficult for them to get any offense going against a very excellent defensive squad of Harvard-Westlake.
Off the top, we mentioned Ashton Hardaway. He's a fantastic three-point shooter. He ends the game with 6 threes. But after that, it was a whole lot of nothing for Sierra Canyon. No other player in double figures. So tough when you're missing your two leading scorers. But I expected to see a little bit more from them. I wanted to see Noah Williams or Bryce Cofield take that step forward, and just didn't end up happening tonight.
Connor, thanks a lot.
Thank
a lot
you,
of fun.
Randy.
All right, that's Connor Morissette. We also want to thank Kara Blumfield for her reporting. Got some great information for us during the game. That's going to wrap it up from Harvard-Westlake, where the Wolverines improved to 22-1, snap a 72-game winning streak of Sierra Canyon in league play, and remain the top-ranked team in the state, winning 72-52. For our entire LA36 crew, we want to quickly remind you that on the 30th of this month, we're going to have a great soccer match on our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. It'll be Cerritos, who is currently, the last time I checked, 13-0-1 at San Pedro, where the Pirates are 16-1. That'll be fun. This was fun as well tonight. Harvard-Westlake prevails 72-52. Good night from Studio City.